Money Minute with United Capital PLC on Smooth 98.1.
We are not stopping our investments anywhere else in Nigeria.
United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.
Smooth 98.1, love music, love life. You're tuned into the Money Minute Show with United Capital. Now, this show is dedicated to helping you manage your personal finance and also to help you make informed financial decisions and also ultimately navigate your way to financial freedom.
We have a special guest joining us today. Her name is Amaka Iteogu. Amaka Iteogu is a team member from the Trust Services at United Capital Trustees Limited. And we're speaking about, trusting yourself, creating a trust fund towards your goal. Welcome, Amaka.
Thank you, ZB. Thank you, Kayode.
Hey, good to have you here with us. Now, to be a part of our conversation, you can send us messages. Please send them to 0809-444-0981 or just call the studio lines. Call the number 0144-89981.
And don't forget, you can also tweet at Smooth981.
All right, so Amaka, let's just dive right into it. Tell us about United Capital for the first time. People that are listening for the first time, please tell us what is and who is United Capital.
Okay, United Capital is a Pan-African investment banking and financial services company. Our services cross across investment banking, securities trading, trusteeship, consumer finance, and wealth management. We have offices across Nigeria and in Ghana.
Nice.
So that's Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, Kano, Kaduna, all over, really.
Yes.
Okay. So, before we get to the day's topic, can you just give us a general idea of what a trust is?
Okay, so it's a three-way relationship, where a neutral party is holding something on behalf of somebody for the benefit of another third party. The neutral party in this case would be us, the trustee, holding an asset, for a settlor who is the person creating the trust, on behalf of a named beneficiary, whoever it is he wants to benefit from his assets.
Okay. So what does a trustee do?
A trustee is that neutral party who stands between that person creating that trust and, for that third party who he wants to benefit from his assets. A trust is different from a will. A will is, it's that document that says, my wishes is what I want to happen after I die. The major difference between the trust and the will is how and when it takes effect. For the trust, it kicks off, immediately you execute, this is what I want. So you, the person who is creating it, you can, make it, you can control it whilst you're still living, and then probably when you get maybe incapacitated or something, or if the person dies, the trustee now comes because you've named the trustee. He now manages it on your behalf, according to your wishes, which is already stipulated.
All right, awesome. Okay, so let's dive right into the topic for the day. Now, some people, they're usually skeptical about entrusting their assets, to other people because they're sometimes scared that maybe their money might be cleared out or they might sometimes even be defrauded. Some people even think that putting away, their assets in trust means that they're already planning to die. So, you're the expert here. Tell us, are these fears unfounded?
Everybody's going to die. So, but
what a way to start.
To be honest, everybody's going to die. But, setting up a trust doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to die this very minute. You have to plan. You have to put things in place. And once you start acquiring assets, acquiring assets, basically you have money aside. No matter how little it is, you have people depending on you. You want things to be in place. This situation where we live in Nigeria, we live in Africa, where you see people, you have stuff, you want it to be given to your direct beneficiary, children, and then some relative just comes and just, takes it all away. But if you have something like this where, even whilst I'm still alive, I put everything in place, I'm giving this person this, I want this to be managed, I want this thing to be exactly like this, just the way I want it. And it helps you plan. It helps you long-term investments. Setting up a trust helps with your long-term investments. Keeping your assets in trust helps you plan for long-term. So So yeah.
All right, awesome. By the way, if you're out there and you want to send messages, don't forget the number to send them to 0809-444-0981. Here's one already, and we're going to dive right into it. This one says, 1 second now. It says, hello, my name is Kayla. What's the minimum amount of money required to open a private trust?
For a private trust, we can start with any amount, even from zero balance. You can start with any amount to open a private trust, basically. So yeah.
All right. So this is the kind of trust that you hear about wealthy people creating for a child, maybe when they get to 18 or 21. Is that the same kind of trust? Oh, right. Okay. And so you mentioned that putting your assets away with a trustee can actually help with your investment plans. Could you explain that a little bit more?
So sometimes when it comes to money, it's not just you saving. You're also investing, and there's return on your investments. We have really attractive and competitive rates, so you're not just putting money aside, like putting it in the bank. You're investing. We're giving you good advice, on investments, on good securities that you can put your money in, and you're getting good returns on your investment. If it's a property, for example, and you're getting rental income from it, we can also manage that. We're helping you. Okay, this asset, where you typically would not, you have some agents, run it and maybe steal your money and stuff. But yeah, you have an institution manage it. We take rental income, remit to you, or basically how exactly you want it to be, attributed. We do that for you. Yes.
Awesome.
So the money is not just saved; it's investment.
Yes.
So it grows.
Yes, you see value for your money, basically.
Okay.
Awesome. So how exactly does a trustee help you manage, these assets better? Or your assets better?
The trustee helps you manage the asset better because the trustee has a more informed position, helps you understand what to put your money in. Assets in this case is not just real property. There's financial assets too, so it's money and then real property. So either ways, we're helping you with advice on investments or return securities, good securities to put your money in, to see that your money is brings value for you.
All right. So how does a person actually place their funds into this private investment trust?
Okay. How does a person place their money into private investment trust? Very simple. We have an account opening form which we give you to fill. We also have something called a simple trust deed, which more or less just names your beneficiaries, gives us details of who takes, because we had this situation very recently of a client who filled the form, say, let me not exaggerate, it was like June of 2020, and they died in December of 2020. And then all the beneficiary needed to do was just come forward, identify themselves. They were named, of course, in the account opening form and the simple trust deed, and then just presented those information, and then they were able to access, their loved ones' funds. Yeah.
Now, you did speak about trust deeds. Could you explain a little bit about that?
I know people don't really like a lot of documentation. Yes. Now, if you're not a lawyer, I'm sure you don't want to read too much. So we simplified it now so that it's almost like a one pager.
Okay.
So it just says your name, basically. Tells us about you, what your assets are, and then go straight to the point to say who your beneficiaries are. And then if you have like a sharing formula or something specific that you want, I want this child to have this property or this amount of money or this shares, that is all stated in the trust deed.
All right, we've got another message here. This one's from Christian from Lekki. He says, can a couple have a joint trust?
Yes.
All right. And I think another one here in from Sheo says, what is an irrevocable trust and how does it work? And also, why do billionaires invest in their personal name and also via a trust?
Why do billionaires?
Yes, why do billionaires invest in their personal name and also via a trust?
Why would a billionaire invest in their personal name and via a trust? A trust is one way to invest. It's a good way to invest. It's a billionaire I'm guessing maybe if the billionaire is maybe a politically exposed person, the person does something like a blind trust where, that those details are confidential, they're not exposed. So it's easy for him to, conceal that information from the general public. So I think that will be the one reason why a billionaire, I'm guessing, who will be politically exposed, will want to do a trust.
All right. And when it comes to this deed trust, there are a few parties involved. So you have what do you call the person who is taking this out on behalf of someone else?
He's called the settlor.
Okay. The settlor.
Yes.
Wow, it feels like a legal class. Okay, all right. And so this is something that you offer at United Capital.
Yes.
Tell us about it. About, the private investment trusts and the trust deeds.
Okay, so the trust deeds is a document, or it's not a product. So our products are the private investment trust. We also have the target savings trust. That one is specific to a project. You have a target, you have a project you want to, run. Oh, I want to buy a car, I want to buy a house. And then we help you plan towards saving, towards achieving that goal. That's the target savings trust. We have the education trust. We have the living trust. And then we also have other umbrellas of trust, the public and the corporate trust.
All right. Well, look at the time. We're almost wrapping up this side of the show. But just before we let you leave, I'd like to know this. So I'm sure our listeners would like to know this. How can our listeners, get started on some of all these things that we've discussed?
Okay. So we have an app called Invest Now. You can go to investnow.ng, or you can download that app on your Google Play Store or your iOS App Store.
All right. Got a few more messages here. Here's another from Jerry. He says, in what denomination do your trust fund accounts exist? And are they restricted to Naira?
No, we're not restricted to Naira. We do USD and we do pound sterling.
GBP.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is another message, and this is from Grace, I believe. And it says, is there an advantage of a trust over a will?
Yes, let me go to one very important advantage. When you have a will, you still have to go through probate, go to probate registry, and then, you go, you read the will. It's a long process. You get probate before you get all of that. We know Nigeria now, but with a trust, it's pretty much straightforward. As long as you're a named beneficiary, you just walk right to us, identify yourself. We can verify your identification, and that's basically it.
Also, can a person set up a trust from abroad? And, maybe for the sake of argument, if the person has a housing project, can that be done?
Yes. We have a trust that caters to those in diaspora called a diaspora trust.
All right.
Very, very insightful. And thank you so much. We are out of time. We can't take all the questions here, but if you have any further questions, you can send those questions on Twitter and tag at UnitedCap and use the hashtag Money Minute with UCAP. Amaka, do you have any closing words?
Okay, so because of time, we couldn't take all our products, so you can visit us on any of our social media platforms. On Twitter is at UnitedCap. On LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram is at United Capital PLC. That's UnitedCap on Twitter and United Capital PLC on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
Nice. Thank you so much for coming, Amaka. I look forward to seeing you again. Lagos, there's more to come. Stay with us. Don't forget, this is Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life.
Money Minute with United Capital PLC. United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice. Making money? That can be hard. Saving money? That can be harder. But investing your money, that should be a breeze. At United Capital PLC, ease and accessibility are our watchwords. Our investment solutions are tailor-made to help you grow your wealth. With our Invest Now platform, you can invest in Naira and dollar-denominated mutual funds, stocks, trusts, and even access loans, all from the comfort of your mobile phone. To get started, visit www.investnow.ng. Download the Invest Now app from Play Store or App Store. United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.